Welcome back, everybody. It's Public Eye Live, and my next conversation is going to be with Two-Face Idibia. I've known Two-Face for many, many years. He and I have the similarity of having spent 20 years in our respective industries. He's one of the most celebrated musicians, songwriters, producers, actors, but he's also acted, out of Nigeria. He's a genuinely nice guy. He was also one of the first to donate to COVID relief fund in Nigeria. Hello, my love.
We don't show. We don't show. We don't show.
We don't show. How's Annie and the children?
She's everybody. They're doing great.
Everybody's doing great.
They're still managing us,
You're one of those people where when I think of you, I think with a smile. I think what people don't know about you, what a lot of people don't know about you, is the amount of work you do that you don't talk about. For example, I know that a few years ago, you joined us with Change Your Life to record a song, which you actually put in your music with the children. Did you know that one of the children is one of the upcoming stars in Nigeria now? Oxlade, our boy Oxlade.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a little boy and he was on that at that time. What is it like for you and your family being locked down?
I mean, it's not easy for, I can imagine it's not easy for us. And so I can imagine how terrible it is for so many people out there. It's something that, right now there's no vaccine, there's no cure, it's just out there, and I think, everybody just needs to be careful. It's hard. It's really hard on so many families.
Have you been indoors all the while?
Yeah, I have. I mean, most of the time, most of it so far I've been indoors. We've been indoors. Just one or two times that we've gone out to get, groceries or just to do one or two things professionally, that required us moving out of the house. But apart from that, we're mostly indoors, just trying to stay still. We don't want to hear say, we don't want to hear any conspiracy theories and anything. And then at the end of the day, we say, oh, it will say we know, that kind of thing. So,
I wanted to ask you about the donation you gave. I wanted to start straight off with that because that was actually quite cool. I thought you were one of the first right off to give money to COVID fund in Nigeria. You gave it to the federal government. But people were not happy about that. They were not happy. What went wrong?
I don't know, man. Like, many people have their own different opinions. Many people just jump into conclusions. Many people just, think because somebody else said something, they just think along that line. And it's crazy. We have so many health workers out there. We have so many people in need of some basic medication. We have so many people in need of just those basic things that all these doctors and all these people, there's so many things, there's so much that is needed out there. And, that's basically me and in connection with Trophy Extra Stout, and it was just a token of our own support for all the people that are in the forefront in fighting against this whole pandemic, So it's a general thing, and many people just sit in the background and just assume stuff, and I don't blame them because so many things have happened in the past. So many different misinformations have misled them in the past. So I think many people should just take a chill pill and just understand that whatever is for good is for good.
I think that's just, that's basically from you. They expected you to give giveaways personally.
Okay.
To just give money.
Okay. So
why didn't you do that?
So I didn't do that. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, they expected you to just give giveaways.
And they expect now, so they expect them to be traditionally, say giveaway must be traditionally. So that's what I said earlier, I don't blame them. Like some of my colleagues have been saying, if you do publicly, they'll say you didn't show up. If you don't do, they will say you don't do. So it's just crazy. And I've learned not to even allow those kind of stuff bother me because I don't be too baba. You don't be today I can't do stuff to prove say I be too baba. You understand what I'm saying? So for me it's all good, it's all cool.
What would be your suggestions as to what should change, for the industry after COVID?
Like, some of the things that I want to change are things that we've been, a couple of us have been advocating for these things a long time ago, way before this thing came out. it's basically intellectual property protection, copyright protection. Now that this thing is in this space, before Paris say them print your CD, can't go sell it. Nowadays, you have people who just download your music and just put it out there. Some of them, make money off of it. Some of them just put it out there, not knowing that they're hurting your business. There's no concert anymore. There's no and so it is for so many other businesses. So it's not just music. It's not just entertainment. It's across the whole board. So for me, my suggestion is for our government to really look into ways of creating some safe spaces where collectively many people can actually access these safe spaces, and that is if you must physically go out there and do stuff. Yeah. So and whatever they would do, I want it to be concentrated on protection of intellectual property. I want it to be so that in a way that everybody can get their dues for their IPs. IPs are huge assets, and I think the Nigerian government should make sure that after this, all issues concerning entertainment and intellectual property be properly organized, and the right people be properly scrutinized, and because there's so much money that has been lost, revenue that has been lost, not just for us as entertainers, but also for the government. I think this is beyond oil now. Everybody can say that. It's beyond oil. We have to look in every way of generating stuff. This is a huge PR machine for every country. America is great today. Basically, the major selling point of America was entertainment, Hollywood, music, and all that. Everybody wanted to go to America. The stories they heard were from movies, the things they saw. All the enticement would make people want to go to America was all from the movies and from the music and from those things, culture.
I get, and I think a lot of people get what you're saying, because we have to overcome what I call our cultural. We lack cultural confidence. We have bravado, but we don't have.
You understand?
Yeah, and that's sort of.
Who talks? If you see some designs for clothes, you go listen from here. From.
Yeah. But talking about COVID and healthcare and all of that, you've already talked about something that is a little controversial, because people are asking why are we doing our own research to the cure for COVID. But then you're not a doctor, so I'm not going to ask you questions. You're not a scientist.
No, but at least the only thing I can say about that is that's what all our universities are for. We are supposed to fund the research centers of all our. We have to have our own curriculum. We have to have our own educate. Everything is copy and paste for us. That's a huge problem. Everything is copy and paste. There is nothing that we do in Africa. Most African countries. There's nothing that we do that is not copy and paste. Everything is copy and paste. It can't help, that thing cannot help us because it wasn't meant for us. In fact, the one that was brought to us was meant to keep us in one particular space. And that's a huge problem that we have till today. And that's what I think all African governments across the board should start thinking. We should start, this lockdown now, since everywhere don't lock down, African leaders are supposed to come together. As we lock down, the rest, make we lock everybody. And make we now come, make we think education, value, everything. We need to reorganize ourselves. There's no magic, there's no film trick to this whole movement. Everybody's looking out for their own. Only Africa don't look out for Africa. We got everything.
How can music help? How can music help at a time like this?
Well, music is like they said, the food for the soul, right? It's entertainment. It's so it can be used for every aspect. It can be used to educate. It can be used to entertain. It can be used for spiritual spiritual cleansing. It can be used for everything that So I think music comes in every form and shape to assist in this kind of movement, to educate, to spread the message. Hey, wash your hand every day. Hey, Yeah, social distance, whatever you want to, however you want to sing the music,
I'm liking that
you know.
song. I'm liking the song.
And it can also be used to entertain. When people are feeling down, just give them lamba where go make them feel happy at the same time, And then when you just want to chill out, just set the mood, for you and the person will tickle your butterflies, if
A
I want to chill out
butterfly.
this period,
Do you think the music produced by this generation is really food for the soul? Don't make me ask
Wow.
question. Oh.
Personally, I get this question a lot, and I only have one. My answer is always the same. Some people like basketball, some not football, then like some not, but all are sports. So that's how music is at the same time as well. Some people like, very, very rugged music, like up tempo, like noise, like heavy. Some people like it cool and gentle and mellow. Now the message in this music is totally different and altogether as well. Some people, even when they listen to mellow, gentle music, they like their lyrics to be raw.
Inside out there.
They like their lyrics to be raw and sensual, and and then some people like it, even though they want the music to be gentle. Some like it raw, sensual, sexual, and all. And some like it decent, and for me, it's a matter of choice. You understand what I'm saying? And once there is a trend, and I think what the person is trying to ask is because of the trend. The trend these days is the same music, just strictly for the clubs. Whereas you still have some young.
Do you think it affects the way a new generation perceives themselves?
I mean, definitely it does. It has a very huge impact and influence on them. And I think that aspect, it comes from the gatekeepers, That's where responsible government, takes care of things. You cannot stop any form of entertainment, but you can regulate it. You can say, okay, if this must go on the radio where everybody is listening to it, there must be certain languages, certain things that cannot be played. If you want to say, okay, play it from so time to so time, it has to be regulated. You understand what I'm saying? And the gatekeepers, the radio stations, the TV stations, the people that put this thing out there, they also have a role to play. You have to have specific spaces for specific genres of music. And I think that's the way it should be done. Right. So if you want to listen to R&B, you go to the R&B station. If you want to listen to hip hop, you go to the hip hop station. If you want to listen to Akpala, you go to Akpala station. If you want to listen to old school, I think it should be in compartments. I don't think it should be something that is a general thing first on everybody. You can't even hear any other thing else on the radio or see anything else on the music channels. It's just the same thing everywhere. Everybody's playing. So and then when it happens like that, you don't blame the kids. That's what they see. So that's what's going to influence their thought process. Yeah, as for me, I don't think the NBC banning stuff that doesn't work. I think they should just say
regulation is different from banning outright.
Yeah, banning is useless. I don't even understand which one we say banning. It will ban something will be creativity. You say you ban out. You can't ban creativity. You understand what I'm saying? You just have to put it where it should be.
Right.
So that anybody that likes it will go to that place and see that thing.
I feel you. I mean, I feel, as I keep saying, that I encourage everybody to actually spend a two-faced day just listening to the body of work that you put out there. For me, as a person who does creative work, I know what that means. That is a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Someone there was asking, how do you monitor the money you've given to the federal government? How do you monitor that it's going to the
Wow. I can't monitor that. I can't monitor that. I mean, it's basically just reports. We are doing this, we are doing this, we are doing this, and that's it. It doesn't mean that when I see corruption in high places, I won't talk about it. It doesn't mean that I'm in support of all the rubbish that takes place. You understand what I'm saying? But as a Nigerian, if I want to support my government, I think it's a genuine thing to do, and to also put an eye out for for misappropriation and mismanagement. But the only thing I can do about that is just to watch and observe and get reports. And if I see anything wanting, you know, we follow it up in the best way that we can. The major problem we have in Nigeria is not the lack of good people. It's the fact that we have more criminals in the system than the people that actually mean well for Nigeria. You know, and what is democracy is all about votes. Democracy is all about numbers. Out of 100 people, if 51 people decide saying that this thing they want to do, they don't win. So if 51 criminals decide that instead of us to use this money for health, let's use it to buy furniture for our Senate houses and for our House of Rep members, they win. And I think that's what's been going on in Nigeria. I think we have more criminals in the system than people that have the goodwill of Nigeria at heart. And once they become outnumbered, they can only struggle. They can only try, you know, because that's democracy for you. Democracy is about numbers. You know, there's no by force anything in democracy. And that is my own fear in our democracy, because the criminals outnumber the people that have the goodwill of Nigeria at heart. You know,
I think because this virus is such a unifier in that it doesn't know poor, it doesn't know rich, it doesn't know white, it doesn't know black. Do you think that this
I like that.
Yes, now
yeah, you don't respect anybody.
You don't respect anybody. If you catch anybody, die, nothing will happen.
Yes.
So do you think that this kind of situation can force a reality where for once Nigerians might come together under the roof of this? If he kill us, so let's do what we're supposed to do.
No, the problem now is we don't feel come together because we have to maintain social distance.
Good one.
So but as they realize that now more they prepare for when we come together. No, but I'm just joking, you know, we can still come together in any form. I mean, it's even safer to come together on this kind of level, and I think, you know, it will be better to even come together in a form that way everybody lock up. You know, lock up, do where you did. Not go see who won't go clean government house. If they not behave themselves. But at the same time, breaking down law and order, breaking down chaos, we have to be prepared for, you know, how to re-emerge, because sometimes now criminals go still organize to overthrow other criminals. Then once you don't help them come out the other criminal, another criminal don't start again with that. You will still organize again. Maybe some other criminals will start that one again. You can't come out the other criminal. So it's a very dicey situation. But for me, I just think that many well-meaning Nigerians that have, you know, public service at heart should start, you know, thinking of really participating in this whole process. Because if well-meaning Nigerians don't participate in this process, it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again. And you know, it's going to take a long time. You know, I think we just have to start finding different ways of how to uplift the mindset of our people. Because I think this whole thing has to do with the mindset, our way of thinking. You know, and I think that is the first place we should start from. You know, from our homes, what we teach our children. You know, I think when we start teaching our children about business, about, you know, stuff, if they learn chemistry, we teach them how to use the chemistry. We have to just start thinking of our own organic way of educating our populace. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, because I know if you sit down for a year now, then they teach me, say, now Lord Lugard, now I can discover where I've been the page. What happened to the place where, okay, that means Lord Lugard just come, now he can pack all of us, come put for here. Now he can pack all of us, come put for here. You know, so we have to be able to go back into the archives and do research and know the things that were of pride that we had. Because as far as I'm concerned, these people were criminals that came to steal from us and destroy our history, destroy anything that will be of pride to us. You know, fine, they don't go, but I don't think we should continue living in this slavery mentality. I think we should now find a way to enrich our new generation with pride of culture, pride of you know, of where they are from and all that, you know.
because I completely run out of time, as I can listen to you.
Yes, so.
I would
Yes,
actually love
so.
the situation where, as part of a teaching program, is to take one of your songs at a time and
Yeah.
dissect what you are really saying with a group of young people and challenge them as to
Hey,
what the
okay.
future can be like. I really think it's
Yeah.
something about, and me and you will share.
Yeah.
However, thank you for spending the time with me.
And then let's turn Pidgin English to our national language, please.
Yes,
Since we
now,
cannot,
you know,
since we can't choose one, let's just choose
let's
Pidgin
take that,
English.
yes, and
Make
teach
we,
people science, teach
we look,
everything in a language
yeah,
they understand.
exactly. More look for
Yeah,
more look for some linguistic professors, some
maybe,
Nigerian
yeah.
linguistics professors. When we say they go sit down for round table, they go come carve Pidgin English.
Yes, now, because the
You
English
know,
one that they
then
speak today, the
you
Queen's English
know,
one that they speak
then
today,
infuse
now the
some
pidgin,
Wazobia things into them. You know.
Two-Face, you know, say the English way they speak today, now the pidgin of the time, like they
Yes,
used to
so.
speak Latin and all of that, and they face the time.
Yes,
Anyway,
so.
that's a
Yes,
different
so.
conversation. I have almost
Yes,
50
so.
people in the question queue. I'm sorry I can't take them all. Thank you for the time.
My pleasure.
Thank
My
you,
pleasure.
everybody. Give me
My
love to your
pleasure.
family. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
My
Good
pleasure.
night. One love.
Thank you. One love.
One love. If I could wave a wand and they ask me, what would you give to the average Nigerian? I would say cultural confidence. Cultural confidence must not be confused with cultural bravado. And that is where you have your own best interest at heart first and foremost, and understand that even where we say the government is doing this, the government is doing that, at the end of the day, we become the government. And the first thing we're going to need to do is change how we do this. And that's what people like Two-Face do with the music that they make. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me and my ideas tonight. I will see you again on Friday. Take care of yourself. Remember to stay socially distanced. And when you have to go out, to follow the protocols. Thank you. Good night.